Hello and welcome to my EFL review for game week 10 in League 1 and 2 and game week 7 in the Championship. It'll be just a quick run through. Again, I promise you we will get the bigger reviews soon. Because we've got Championship predictions to get into, which I need to record for as well. So yeah, let's just dive straight into my EFL review for this week. So started with the Championship on Friday night then, and it was West Brom 1, Leicester 1. West Brom deserved winners in this one. Leicester showing what they really were about in the 93rd minute with an unfortunate Phillips own goal, and that one levelled up late on for that one. Leicester aren't as good as people thought after that Birmingham win. They thought they would go on a bit of a roll. They're only fifth. They haven't really kicked on as much as people would have thought they'd done. They've drew the last three matches, Oxford, Coventry and now West Bromwich Albion in there as well. Won't gloss that too much over that. Coventry 3, Birmingham 0. Abysmal performance for Chris Davies' side. Or my side, sorry. Yeah, this was a bit of a horror show to watch, really, on the telly. I'm not sure what went wrong here. We just seem to be terrible away from home. Didn't deserve to win at all, and Jack Robinson being a muppet as well, getting sent off. Swansea 1, Millwall 1. Not going to talk about that, just a bog standard Championship draw. Swansea did probably deserve to win. Wrexham 1, Derby 1. A game Wrexham probably should have won if you're looking at stats, and Ben Brereton Diaz scoring in that one in the other half. 12 kickoff. Charlton 3, Blackburn 0. Blackburn really struggling under Valerian Ismail. Took the momentum out of the game, winning when they were winning against Ipswich last week, and it's really put a bit of a down on them, down in 20th spot in the table at the moment. Charlton in 7th, doing really, really well under Nathan Jones. Ipswich 2, Portsmouth 1. Good result for Kieran McKenna's side. Still don't look great. Still scraping out wins and scraping out results, even though Portsmouth did score in the 92nd minute. Ipswich did deserve to win this one, 14 shots to 7 in that one. A decent showing from Pompey again in that one. Still 17th in the table, still above their local rivals Southampton. We'll get onto them in a minute. Oxford 0, Sheffield United 1. Sheffield United get their first win of the season, get 3 points on the board. 1-1, lost 6. Oxford did have more shots, but it's a typical Chris Wilder performance. Defend really well and get the result and get the job done, of course. Preston 0, Bristol City 0. Rather not talk about it, and we know Preston Bristol City love drawing. Sheffield Wednesday 1, QPR 1. Very, very good point for Sheffield Wednesday, despite going 1-0 up in this game and despite being on top for some of it as well. They're looking really good now, our Sheffield Wednesday, or they're doing okay. It'd be interesting to see when they go to Birmingham tomorrow night, see what they can do there. Tuned in for the prediction show tomorrow. Southampton 1, Middlesbrough 1. Southampton scoring and then really coming under a bit of pressure since the goal, and that's where Middlesbrough got their equaliser. Not bad result for Southampton considering the way Middlesbrough have started, but maybe Southampton just started to find their feet in the Championship this season. Still sit down 19th place in the table. Not great for them. Stoke 1, Norwich 1. Not amazing from Mark Robbins and Stoke, despite being mainly on top against Liam Manning and having 23 shots in this game. Decent point for both. Maybe Stoke would think that would be 2 drop points. Watford 2, Hull 1 in the final game in there as well. Watford making a second half comeback to win that against Hull City and Jukirovic. Table looks like this then. Bottom is Sheffield United, still started to pick up, you would imagine, under Chris Wilder. Sheffield Wednesday in 23rd, Oxford in 22nd, Derby just hanging out inside 21st, Blackburn in 20th, Southampton, the worst of the relegated sides in the Premier League, down in 19th spot. Horrible start for them. Hull City in 18th, Portsmouth in 17th, Watford in 16th. They are one of the clubs that got reported of having the captain went to the chairman and said they didn't like the owner. I think it's between Watford, Southampton, maybe Norwich as well. Swansea in 13th, Ipswich in 12th, Birmingham in 11th. It's crazy how Birmingham is still above Ipswich and Southampton with the away form they've had this so far this season. Their home form is really key for us. Millwall in 10th, QPR 9th. Kind of expected those sides to be. Maybe QPR pushing their luck a little bit. West Brom in 8th, Charlton in 7th, really doing well and over expectation so far. Preston 6th in the playoffs, Leicester 5th, Bristol City still doing very well under Struber in 4th, Stoke, Coventry, Middlesbrough top 3, Middlesbrough 5 points clear at the top, and it's 4 points, not the 5 points. So yeah, Middlesbrough, Coventry, Stoke is your top 3. That is the Championship review. Let's jump into League One right now. Into League One we go. Wimbledon beat Wycombe. Wimbledon's home form continues to be very good for them at home to Wycombe as well. Very, very good home win for that one over Michael Duff's new look Michael Duff's Wycombe Wanderers. Leighton Orient 2, Stevenage 3. Very, very good win for Alex Ravel's boys. Very tough place to go is that, and they continue in 2nd place in the table. Very good win. Leighton Orient seem to not have the heights of what they did last year, and I put them up there with my predictions. That's going to be a horrible one to look back on the end of the season. Barnsley 0, Port Vale 2. Darren Moore really finding really finding their feet at the moment in League One, starting to anyway. I think it's 3 wins on the trot after being winless in the league. It is. They did lose to Arsenal in the cup, but they took very good momentum from that. Bradford 1, Blackpool 0. Bradford City winning football matches again. Is Steve Bruce sacked? Is he gone? I don't think he is just yet. I think they're going to give him the week. Gabe, 64 years of age, probably will be his last job. Bradford 1, Blackpool 0, as we just spoke about. Burton 0, Plymouth 4. Pieface was loving life, beating Plymouth in the fans away fan end, whatever you want to call it, at the weekend. 4-0 for Plymouth at the Pirelli. Gary Bayer and Burton look really, really shoddy at the back, don't look great at all. Exeter 0, Huddersfield 1, very good win for Lee Grant's side. Continue staying in the playoffs, just about up in 5th position. League One's really bizarre this year. Luton 1, Doncaster 0. Matt Bluefield's side needed that. Doncaster starting to slump down a little bit. Luton up to 10th with that win. Haven't drew a game of football this year so far. Mansfield 2, Rotherham 1. Very good win for Mansfield in that one over Rotherham United. Deserved winners as well for Nigel Clough's side, up to 12th. Can they mount a playoff charge? Who knows? Northampton 2, Bolton 0. Just the inconsistency from Bolton Wanderers again in this division. It doesn't surprise me anymore at this point. It really doesn't. Peterborough 0, Lincoln 3. Very solid away win for Michael Scabala's side. Deserved winners over Posh in this one. Peterborough not even having a shot on target compared to Lincoln's 7, and they had 5 on target. Just talk about being clinical. Stockport 1, Reading 1. That's probably 2 drop points for Stockport at the end of the day. Won't be wanting to do a lot. Now 1-1 draw at home to Reading's not great. And then Cardiff City beating Brian Lowe's Wigan at the weekend. It was kind of all undone in the first half. Cardiff actually showing a really good, solid away for performance. And Wigan is one of the toughest places to go in League One. Table looks like this. Burton still at the bottom. Peterborough 23rd. Blackpool 22nd. Rotherham 21st is your bottom 4 in League One. Wycombe somehow scraping above that drop zone. Reading in 19th. Exeter 18th. Kind of Leighton Orient down to 17th under Richard Wellers. What is going on there after being in the playoffs last season? 16th are Port Vale. Plymouth 15th, starting to rebuild a bit under Tom Cleverley now. Wigan are 14th. Northampton do well in 13th, as well as Mansfield and Nigel Clough. Bolton, too inconsistent to be in the playoffs in my eyes. When you think they've got a chance, they'd lose, and when they don't, they just suffer, don't they? Luton 10th, they're inconsistent as well. I don't know if they're going to be a bit of that scrap this season. Doncaster, Grant McCann starting to fall off a bit. Don't think they'll get in the playoffs. Barnsley in 8th, Stockport in 7th. Wimbledon in 6th. That's amazing for them. Stockport drawing kind of not great for them in their playoffs hopes. Huddersfield in 5th, not doing okay, 19 points. Cardiff 4th, doing okay. Lincoln, Stevenage, Bradford is still your top 3, and those sides are running away with it. Cardiff are keeping, and Huddersfield are keeping their noses pinned in there as well. So yeah, that is the League One review. Let's jump into League Two then. League Two we go. Crewe 2, Notts County 1 was the half-12. One of the half-12 kickoffs. Good win for Crewe. They needed that after the poor form. It's a bit strange how one side just comes into it on form and then the other just loses. It's the way football works. Oldham 1, Barnet 1 was the other half-12 kickoff. The two newly promoted sides playing out a 1-1 draw. Both were penalties. Accrington 1, Walsall 3. Good win, away win for Matt Sadler's side. Probably deserved as well over an Accrington side that looked generally quite poor this season. Bristol Rovers 2, 10-man Salford 1. Good win for Darryl Clark's side, back up inside the playoffs on the fringes with a good win over probably promotion rivals and playoff rivals in Portsmouth, Salford. Chesterfield battering Newport 4-1. Nothing changes. Newport losing every week. They will probably fill up one of the relegation spots this season. Crawley and Scott Lindsay losing at home to Barrow, not great for them. Fleetwood 4, Colchester 2, bit of a goal fest there. Fleetwood probably deserving winners. Harrogate beating Gillingham. Gillingham's first loss of the season. I knew it was going to come to some crappy team at home for them. No disrespect to Harrogate, but they're doing okay at the moment. Most people had them to go down. Grimsby was the main one, absolutely tearing Cheltenham to pieces by 7-1. They went 1-0 down, and then Cheltenham got man sent off, and it all unravelled from there. For Grimsby, Cheltenham do look still abysmal with the caretaker boss. Don't know who they're going to appoint as their boss. We don't know that yet. I don't think. No, they don't. Shrewsbury 1, MK Dons 2. Good win for Paul Warren's side. Scott Hogan scoring in that one. MK Dons just trying to get back in those playoff places. Swindon 2, Bromley 0. Good result for Ian Holloway's side in that one. Andy Wilkinson be a bit disappointed they've lost that one. Probably could have fought for a draw or a win there. Tranmere 0, Cambridge 0 in what looks to be a boring game. Cambridge had more shots, just weren't clinical enough. Right, let's go bottom to top then. Table, let's do it. Cheltenham 24th and bottom. Shrewsbury in there as well, as long with Newport. Crazy how Newport are still not in that relegation zone and will be surviving at the moment. Crawley 21st. Colchester 20th. Not really done the best with the Cowley brothers. I thought they would be doing a lot better. Accrington in 19th, scraping a few wins here and there. It's keeping them out of danger at the moment. Tranmere 18th, kind of where people expected them to be. Barrow 17th, kind of the same. Harrogate a little bit overperforming, maybe slightly, considering I think most people had them down there. Barnet 15th, could do a bit better. Same with Bromley in there as well. Oldham are doing okay after their dodgy start. Notts County doing okay under Martin Patterson in 12th. Fleetwood in there in 11th, mid-table mediocrity for them and Pete Wild. Cambridge United, Neil Harris will be looking to try and get them into the playoffs quite soon. MK Dons the same, maybe even change for autos for MK Dons and Paul Warren. Crew in 8th, not very good start, crap little middle bit, and now they won again against Notts County at the weekend, so they are on 60 points. Bristol Rovers scraped back into the playoffs after their win over 10-man Salford. Chesterfield, Grimsby, Salford are the rest of the playoffs, and then your top three, it's Walsall, Swindon, Gillingham, Walsall, doing what they did last season and starting to run away with it now under Matt Sadler, which is always good to see, considering they were they bottled that lead towards the back end of last season. Can they get promoted this season? It looks likely to. So thank you for that, and that is the League 2 reaction and review complete. Thank you very much for watching my League 2 review. If you did like the video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, do all of that good stuff, and I'll speak to you on the next one, which will be championship predictions for midweek games tomorrow, and maybe do League 2 as well. We might do double upload but separate videos on that. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I'll speak to you on the next one.